Alrighty, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Radio Tekkers Live. It's Tanner, aka the Texas Gentleman. I'm here. No Matt, no Mags today, but that's okay. We're gonna enjoy watching Leeds taking on Manchester City. This should be a really fun game, as these always turn out to be. So, yeah, join us in the chat, have your say, and let's get the show on the road. Alrighty, everybody. Radio Tekkers is live. If you've never seen a Radio Tekkers before, this is basically what it is. It's live reactions to Premier League football matches. We have a lot of fun. Usually, I'm joined by other individuals, other esteemed colleagues of mine who give their input. But you just get little old me this week, and that's okay. I hope my American accent doesn't bother any of you, which it probably will. That's okay. Leeds United taking on Manchester City today. This should be a very big game. Matt is already in the chat. Matt saying, "Come on, dirty Leeds." Yes, of course. Leeds. I think everybody's Leeds today. Maybe, I don't know. If you're a Liverpool fan, you're especially for Leeds today. Liverpool obviously winning earlier today. Any slip by Manchester City or anyone otherwise, that could make or break a title race, no matter which way you cut it at this point. Also, in more news, Norwich has just been confirmed relegated for next season. Hearts go out to Norwich fans out there. I know it's not a very fun ride to constantly be on the yo-yo, but you know what? That's the life that you lead as a Premier League or just a football fan in general. You know, that's a tough one for Norwich fans out there. Connor McCabe in the chat. He says, "Hello Tanner, hello Connor. I hope you're doing well." Matt saying, "A massive game today. Leeds needs to win to help them stay up." Yes. Leeds definitely need a victory themselves here. Leeds are currently sitting in 17th as of the time of this recording. Burnley have just overtaken them. Burnley going into 16th with their victory here against Watford, I believe. So big win for Burnley. Shout out to Chris, who was at the away ground for that game today. I hope he had a lot of fun. But yes, Leeds could certainly use a victory here to really soften that padding there, help give them a little bit more cushion to staying up in the Premier League, and to make matters worse for a team like Everton, let's say. That would be pretty big. Matt Wilson in the chat saying, "Ha ha 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 ha, bye bye Norwich." Yes, the Canaries are gone. They're going back down to the Championship. But who knows? We'll probably be seeing them again very soon, sooner than expected. Connor McCabe in the chat says, "Burnley now have won 2 in a row after coming back on the road in Watford." Yeah. Actually, I think that makes 3 games in a row that Burnley have advanced. I'm gonna take a drink of my my iced coffee here. I made some cold brew this morning. Add a little bit of half and half. It's good. And then some cold foam, vanilla cold foam. That's tasty stuff. Yes, Matt Willis in the chat confirms with Connor. Bang on the money. 10 points from their last 12 available. Yeah, big stuff there for Burnley. Absolutely. Burnley staying up is going to be really a story of the season for me. I really have enjoyed this journey that they've been on since buying up some players in January. That has definitely made a big difference here. Matt says in the chat, Chris, our pal Chris, head of training and recruitment here at Radio Tekkers, It says Chris is less than sober. I'm sure he's. I'm sure he is. I'm sure he is. I'm sure he's having a really good time. Let's talk Leeds, Manchester City. I'm ready to talk about Leeds versus Manchester City because this is a big, big, big game for both teams. Let's see here. Starting lineups, we've got Meslier in goal, Ayling, Struijk, Cooper, and Firpo at the back. Robin Koch in the middle of the midfield. Rafinha and Harrison are out wide with Phillips and Dallas. More inverted, more in the midfield. Yes, yeah, that makes sense. They're right there. They're in the midfield because that's where they are. And then Rodrigo is playing as striker today. Yes. So Jesse Marsch, who spent a little bit of time, I believe, at Leipzig, if I'm not mistaken. He's been playing Rodrigo a little bit more up in the up top in the striker position, which is not a unfamiliar position to him, because he has been playing there previously. I believe when he was playing in Spain. So I think that's a good solution. That's a good solution for Leeds there. They've got somebody who's talented enough to take that spot. So I'm liking what I'm seeing here from Leeds in that starting lineup. Manchester City side of things, we'll wait till the ticker comes around here to do the whole thing. But yeah, we're looking at, let's see here, Ederson in goal, which is good. Cancelo, Ruben Dias makes his return. I believe he's going to be captaining the team today. Emerick Laporte right next to him, and Nathan Ake. Rodri in the midfield, along with Gundogan, and right above them, it looks more like a 4-2-3-1 here from Pep Guardiola, which is somewhat unusual. Jack Grealish, Phil Foden, and Raheem Sterling playing right behind Gabriel Jesus, who's been a real man in form. Really has been on fire lately. So, yeah, this should be a very interesting game. You have to wonder if this little change of shape here by Pep Guardiola, he does like to tinker in those big game scenarios. Sometimes it pays off, and other times it doesn't. We'll just have to wait and see. Let's get some music going. Cause last time that I was just chilling here by myself, I really enjoyed there being a little bit of music. What are you guys feeling here? We got something like acoustic somatic. What's this? I don't know, guys. What do you think? I'm not really feeling this one. It's very Led Zeppelin-esque. Let's see here. Let's get some. Yeah, there we go. This is a little bit mellow, but also still popping. Still popping. Let's see here in the chat. Connor McCabe, Fulham takes Norwich's spot in the Premier League after being promoted automatically. Yeah, Fulham's getting promoted back up to the Premier League. So I'm sure that makes Tony Khan a very happy man. He's been very busy. You might have to have somebody help run the football club in his stead because of how busy he is. Let's see here. Matt Willis says, still no Kevin De Bruyne. Is this going to make City rely on the front line, which until recently has been less than potent in regards to firepower? It's hard to say. I mean, I don't know if you guys watched that midweek game. Manchester City hosted Real Madrid. Game ended 4-3. Well, probably one of the best offensive games of football that you'll ever see anywhere. Yeah, City have goals in them. It's just going to be a matter of you got to have somebody who can pull the strings, right? I want to say that Rodri and Gundogan should be able to pull said strings. You've also got Grealish ahead. Phil Foden's very much a creative type as well. But this is an interesting change of shape here by Pep Guardiola. almost Mourinho-esque, dare I say. This looks very conservative for City. I don't like them playing in the 4-2-3-1, but maybe that's just wishful thinking. I don't know. Yeah, as Matt points out here, let's hope they spend more than one session trying out a new formation. Yes, indeed. Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be very fun. I don't know, guys. Predictions wise, I think this is going to be actually a really tight game. Leeds seem to be doing okay under Jesse Marsch. I mean, it's not like mind-blowing, like this is not earth-shattering results by any stretch of the imagination. They are still in 17th, but this seems to be a lot better than maybe where they were when they let go of Marcelo Bielsa. I don't know. Just one man's opinion. But they have had a fairly good run of games. And I'm not going to be surprised if they give City a really hard time here. So predictions wise, here in the chat, Matt has said City must win. But Matt is saying 1-0 to the Leeds. Very interesting. I could see a 2-1 Leeds victory. I think Rodrigo has it in him. I think he's got goals. And then you've got Harrison, Dallas, Rafinha. All of those guys are great. Calvin Phillips is back. I think that this Leeds team can give City a really hard time. And let's not be surprised if something big happens today. I feel like anything's possible at this point. Liverpool, of course, as previously noted, need a Manchester City slip-up. That would be quite fun. but we'll have to wait and see if that's going to happen. You know, you just never know. But yeah, my dog Millie has joined us. By the way, she's here. She's not in the chat. She's got paws, so she can't really type. But yeah, she's just right. She's right over there. Say hi, Millie. Say hi. Look at the people. Hey, look. Yeah. Look at the people. There you go. All right. She's a little bit shy, so she's not gonna say hi. Yeah. Let's see here. Matt says the pressure's going to get to Manchester City. It's possible, man. You know, it really is possible. Let's see here. Connor McCabe trying to do a impression of Mags in the chat, I would say. Though I don't know if I've ever heard Mags use the term clinching if someone clinching their bum. Maybe. But yeah, I'm not nervous, right? As maybe I'm speaking for myself here, as a Liverpool fan, but I'm really not nervous. I feel as though, as long as we can say that we've done everything that we possibly could, I feel like I could sleep well at night, no problem at all. But there's a lot at stake. There's a ton at stake. And the potential to be the first ever quadruple winning, English club would be massive. Matt saying squeaky bum time. Yes, I believe that's the term, squeaky bum time. And that's indeed what we're about to have here. Here in the States, the feed is on Peacock. We'll see. We'll see what happens here. Excuse me. We should be getting some coverage here. Matt saying 7 games away from glory. Yeah. If Liverpool can defeat Villarreal They'll find themselves in yet another final. They still have the FA Cup final to play with Chelsea. And then this run of games here, we're going to have to see somebody slip between Manchester City and Liverpool. And I have a feeling that we're in for so much more drama here in this season, even though that time is starting to expire. But we'll see. We'll see. Matt says, no team in Europe has won 4 trophies within a season in 58 years when Celtic did it. Yes. But the amount of pressure nowadays is just so much higher than when Celtic did it all those years ago. The level of competition is so much greater. And we do have the feed here. Peacock has finally loaded it here as Ilkay Gundogan is actually standing over the ball. We're about to have kickoff. And we are underway here at Elland Road, Leeds United versus Manchester City. We're going. We're going. Connor McCabe in the chat asks, who would you rather face, Madrid or City in the Champions League finals? Oh, gosh. Both have their merits. I would obviously love to get revenge on Real Madrid for what happened in 2018. That's just me. Or was it 2017? Matt will probably correct me in the chat. But yeah, we went to Madrid, we played Madrid in the finals not too long ago, and we did not have our best outing. Obviously, an injury to Mo Salah, which Matt is sure to bring up. It definitely changed the complexion very early on in the game, and we did not have the chances that we needed. So I would love a repeat of that. I feel like the world wants to see Manchester City versus Liverpool on the biggest stage possible, and that would be the Champions League finals. Matt says that he's sick of seeing Manchester City play. So, it is what it is. Yes, Matt, that is the Loris Karius game where he suffered from a concussion and just fell apart basically over the course of 90 minutes. So that was a lot of fun. If you were a Madrid fan, I'm sure. Matt's about to go off in the chat on Sergio Ramos, and that's okay. He does want to bring up that if you are watching in the UK, you can watch along on Sky Sports Premier League. Currently, I'm right at 2 minutes here. Ilkay Gundogan spreading a ball out wide. Looks like it's found Joao Cancelo. Cancelo finds Sterling. And I don't know, maybe this is just me. And again, my partial eyes observing this game here. But it looks like the formations are very apparent, and that there seems to be more men with Leeds than there are on Leeds side of the ball. I don't know. Maybe it's just the coverage. I don't know, but it seems though Leeds have City well scouted here very early on. Again, oh my gosh, a slip, and Leeds are marching up the field. Rodrigo trying to find Rafinha. He just barely. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So I think that was Joao Cancelo who slipped. Yes, Joao Cancelo, he was back almost at the halfway line. He slipped. Rodrigo took the ball, marched up the field. He probably should have crossed into Rafinha a lot sooner, a lot faster than he did. But City were able to quickly catch up. And that's what Leeds have to do. They have to hit hard on the counter. They have to hit hard on the counter with Manchester City and take advantage of any moments that they might get like that. Isn't that right? Isn't that right, Millie? Yeah. Leeds have to take advantage of every slip possible. So yeah, had to ask Millie if that was correct, and I think she agrees. I need to get her a microphone. I think she would enjoy that. Connor McCabe asking in the chat, if Everton lose to Chelsea, are they officially relegated too? I think that there would still be enough games for them to catch up. But for the amount of games left, Norwich only has 21 points. Everton has 29. Mathematically, Everton should be able, if I'm not mistaken, to still stay up. But again, that's the importance of the game, right? That's why you play, so that way you can. My dog is so desperate for my attention right now. I'm so sorry, you guys, but she's just so cute. But yeah, Everton still have enough time, but it is running out for them to make the great escape. And Chelsea are not an easy club to be facing when you're in this position, especially since they're probably pretty upset about the way they performed against Manchester United last time out. Everton still have to play Chelsea, of course, Leicester, Watford, Brentford, Crystal Palace, and Arsenal on the last day. That's a tough schedule. Chelsea are not going to be easy. City are not going to be easy. Brentford have had a bit of a resurgence lately. Crystal Palace are pretty well trained, and Arsenal want to maintain that top four, especially on the last day. So I could see Everton going down, but nothing's guaranteed, of course. Matt saying that Sergio Ramos should be in prison for what he did in 2018 against Mo Salah. That's pretty interesting. We've got a yellow card here. I believe that's for Junior Firpo, who had dragged down Phil Foden. Yeah, he had his arms around Foden's waist, trying to get to the ball. Can't do that. As much as I think that Phil Foden has had a bit of a silver spoon in his mouth in his very young Manchester City career, you can't just grab somebody by the waist. There was a free kick. Nathan Ake trying to appeal, saying that he was fouled in the box, but the referee has waved it off. No foul here. I'm not really seeing much of a foul. Yeah, I don't know. We're getting a replay of the Rodrigo breakaway here. See, right when Rodrigo gets to the box, he should have crossed it. He should have lofted the ball over to Rafinha. But yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's the way the game is sometimes. Let's see here. We're about 7 minutes, almost 7 minutes, 30 seconds. We've got a Leeds throw in here. They're flashing up Rodrigo's numbers here this season. 6 goals and 1 assist in 26 Premier League appearances this season. Not spectacular numbers, but consider that he's mostly been played as a central midfielder, as opposed to the striker position that he was more normally familiar with back when he was playing in Spain. I mean, it could be a lot worse. Could be a lot worse. Leeds have the ball now. I believe that's Ayling. Goes to Phillips. Leeds just trying to negate space. Phil Foden's on the ground, asking for a foul. Yeah. What else is new? Yeah, Phil Foden went down to the ground very easily there. My hope is that the referee is not going to I don't know. I hope that he's going to let this game flow, right? Manchester City were painted as these good guys when they played against Atletico Madrid, and that they the dark arts against Simeone's Atletico Madrid side. But let's keep in mind that's still the dark side of football, right? You know, things like appealing to the referee, surrounding referees, this kind of stuff. Going to the ground very easily, like Jack Grealish likes to do. Not Jack Grealish, Phil Foden. Maybe even Jack Grealish too. I don't know. Looks like there's a bunch of trash on the. there's a bunch of trash at the corner end there. I'm not quite sure. That's really not normal for. I don't know if they've just been throwing stuff. If the supporters have been throwing stuff at City. That's awfully mean. But of course, there's no love lost between sides from Yorkshire and sides from Manchester, of course. Ooh, good tackle in there by Leeds. Almost were able to spring in on the counterattack. That's something that that I'm really noticing here with this Jesse Marsch side, because I'll be honest, I haven't gotten a chance to see a whole lot of Leeds play under Jesse Marsch as of late. But one thing that I've noticed recently is, as opposed to Bielsa and the way that he had Leeds, a lot of it was man marking, very drilled. There seemed to be a tactic for every game played. This looks like a lot more of a simplified Leeds. There's still some of those characteristics that, you know, that hard work, that workmanship, physicality that you would have associated with the Bielsa Leeds team. But this looks like the instructions are a lot more simplified. This is a Leeds team playing on the counter. We're seeing here as Raheem Sterling went to ground by from Dallas. Looks like Manchester City have a free kick. We've got Gundogan and Foden standing over it. Both are certainly capable. Looks like it's going to be Foden. Foden launches it in there. Oh, and it gets... it makes it to Rodri, and Rodri heads it home for Manchester City to go up. So it is... we get a shot of some very passionate and angered Leeds fans. They were not happy about that. Lots of reverse peace signs, if you will, in that crowd there. So Leeds, unfortunately, Leeds 0-1 to Manchester City. Yep. There it is. But again, I previously noted I could see a 2-1. I could see a 2-1. There's still time for Leeds. It's just not happened just yet. You know, there's still time. There's still time. I should probably tweet out that we're live. That would probably make sense, right? Yeah. Yeah, that would probably make sense. Let's tweet this out. Looks like got a yellow card here that may... Yep, yellow card for Jack Grealish. Leeds have a free kick now. And it does look like there's some trash being thrown onto the corners of the pitch. Deflected there by Manchester City, but Leeds regained the ball back. Another Leeds still battling for the ball. It's gone to Robin Koch. Koch to Ayling. Back to Koch. Koch trying to find an outlet there. Finds Ayling once again, but the ball goes... It was saved from going out. Looks like Firpo was able to clear it, and there's a major clash of heads there in the box. The referee's going to need to stop this. I'm trying to see who's gone down. Looks like Laporte. Laporte looks knocked out. Laporte has barely moved since going down. Let's try and get a replay of this here. Firpo regains possession. Major cross in. Oh, yeah. I can't tell if that was Rafinha who was right alongside Laporte. I'm not quite sure who that was, but it's definitely a major headbutt there between a Leeds player and Aymeric Laporte. That looked pretty nasty. Jesse Marsch giving some instructions to Rafinha. And you know what? This could be a big moment here for Manchester City as well. Aymeric Laporte, for what it's worth, he's been really solid for City lately. Really solid. City are already also a little bit rotated as well. So, I mean, they're obviously not hurting for talent, but you don't usually want to change your plans like this so early in the game. Physios are still treating players. Trying to tell who it is. That may be Harrison rather. We can tell that Aymeric Laporte is blinking. You can see that on screen here, but physios are still tending to both players on the pitch. Jesse Marsch giving instructions. Zinchenko is warming up on the side for Manchester City. That could be an option. Zinchenko could move out wide at the fullback position, and Ake could tuck in next to Ruben Dias. Looks like it was Koch who butted heads with Aymeric Laporte. Laporte is back up. Looks pretty shaken, but he's up. Have some of this coffee. It also looked like maybe there had been a change of Leeds. I think I initially put in Cooper playing for Leeds today. I think that's actually changed, if I'm not mistaken. I think they changed formations just ever so slightly. Click. They brought in Click in place. So yeah, a little bit of a change up there for Leeds, as opposed to what I initially put there in the starting lineups. But it looks like Koch and Laporte are both going to make way back into the game, so that's good. That's good for them. Let's see here. Play has resumed. We've got a throw in for Leeds here. We're at about the almost 20-minute mark here, as Ayling is looking to bring the ball upwards, but it's cut off by Manchester City. You can kind of see on the side of Laporte's face, he is kind of red, a little bit swollen, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Again, I'm really not. I'm really not quite sure what's going on here in Leeds Stadium with its supporters, but it seems as though more and more paper materials or garbage has made its way onto the pitch. It looks mostly white, yellow, and blue, as you would expect. As you would expect. It's colors of Leeds, Yorkshire. Millie, what are you doing? Millie's trying to get my attention. You've already been fed. You've already had food. What else do you need? Yeah, we went outside. Oh, I said the words. No, maybe later. Oh. Yeah. Excited little doggy. Yeah, we've got a shot of Kevin De Bruyne, Phil Foden, and Bernardo. Not Phil Foden. Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, and Riyad Mahrez actually on the bench there for Manchester City. Leeds on the counterattack, though. Ball sprayed wide to Rafinha. Rafinha unable to track it down in the time. It was offsides, judged by the referee. Matt says he had to step away from the stove for a moment. What did he miss? Major clash of heads between Koch and Aymeric Laporte. Both men went down, but both are back in the game. So no changes here as of yet. We're still at 0-1. Fans continuing to pelt the pitch with paper, rolled up balls of paper. Both sides now, both teams are trying to clear the pitch of the paper, but fans and supporters are continuing to throw it. Maybe getting a little bit of overtime work here, but. Yeah, I'm not really quite sure what purpose throwing all this garbage onto the pitch is supposed to stand for. If it's supposed to serve as a distraction to Manchester City, you're really doing a disservice to Leeds as well. But we can safely assure that the Leeds supporters have not been hospitable, perhaps, to Leeds, or rather to Manchester City. Man, the chat says you don't ever want Koch's head to hit you. Yes. Yeah. He has a large head. Man has a very large head, And yeah, they went clashing together. It was a pretty scary moment there for a minute. You know, both sets of physios ran out onto the pitch, but both appear to be okay. City with the ball currently, just trying to circulate it, find the openings as you would expect them to. Lifting the ball way over, and it goes into the hands of Meslier. We've touched on this a few weeks ago, or rather for a few weeks now. Matt in the chat. We've touched on this a few weeks, but Manchester City have really started to adopt these qualities that one would associate more with the way that Liverpool were playing, 2-3 years ago. And kind of interestingly enough, Liverpool have adopted some of City's tactics as well, but it's very strange seeing City kind of loft balls long distances. City have a corner here, deflected. Gundogan trying to bring it back into the box for City. It's cleared away. Ball gets to Rafinha, and then it's taken out for another throw-in. Laporte passes to Diaz, to Cancelo, to Sterling. Sterling dispatched easily here by Struijk. Ball goes out for another throw-in. Leeds definitely doing their best to break up the patterns of play that City are going through, trying to halt momentum. Throw-in found Foden, who finds Ake. Ake looking for an opening here. Finds Gundogan. Gundogan out to Grealish. The ball's in the box here. Grealish looking for a cross. Does not make it, though. Only finds Phillips. Ball's now in the air. Back to Phillips. Ball got lost. Gabriel Jesus now on the ball. Click with the tackle in on Rodri. Rafinha with the ball now. Rafinha passed out. Tried to find Click, but did not work. City on the ball now. A little bit hurried here and harassed by Leeds, who are pressing pretty heavily. Leeds trying to pin City back. Ball goes out of play here. Not sure if Grealish is at fault for that one, but I believe he got the last touch of the ball. Meslier launches it, tries to find Rafinha, who is well covered by Ake. Ball's now with Gundogan, who passes back to Laporte. Laporte out to Diaz. Diaz finds Cancelo. Sterling. Sterling brought back into the midfield there and is fouled. City tried to take a quick take, but the referee's not having that one. Referee Paul Tierney asking for the free kick to be taken again. Yeah, this is good coffee. Good coffee. We got a grass cutter of a free kick, but it is brought safely into the hands of Meslier. Ayling looks to find Click. Or is that Dallas? That might be Dallas. My mistake. Ball all the way across the field there to Junior Firpo. Firpo finds Harrison, who's a former Manchester City man himself, I believe. Now to Struick, to Koch, to Dallas, who is judged offsides. And Dallas blows his nose. A nice snot rocket there, which was gross. It was just gross. Matt says that it's a daisy cutter, not a grass cutter. Well, I'm not seeing any daisies out there, Matt. If I saw some daisies, I would have called it a daisy cutter, but it just looks like grass and paper out there to me. I'm just calling it like I sees it. This has been a very rough and tumble 30 minutes here for both sides. If y'all can hear that, that's my my air conditioner. It's very loud. Not a big fan of it being so loud. Ball went to try and find Junior Firpo, unable to do so. Sterling now has the ball on the counter attack. Passed out to Gundogan. Ball goes all the way back to Emerick Laporte, who finds Grealish. Grealish looking to cut in. Still on the ball. Gets cut out there, though. Leeds now trying to counter. Matt in the chat says, also called a groundy Raleigh goal, courtesy of the late beloved British comedian Sean Locke. Yeah. Oh, Sean Locke. Yeah. R.I.P. Sean Locke. He's a great comedian. One of my wife's favorite British comedians, Sean Locke. Manchester City on the ball here. Finds Jack Grealish out wide. Rodri to Gundogan, back to Rodri. Trying to find an opening here. But again, Leeds applying the pressure. Pass backwards there, though. Looks risky. Harrison attacking Diaz. And again, Leeds on the counter here. It looks like it was Cook. He was trying to find one of his teammates up top there, but it was cut out by City. Leeds still have possession, though. "32 minutes have passed here. We're still Leeds 0, Manchester City 1. Leeds on the counter here, though. Trying to find the ball. Trying to regain it. Looks like it was found by Click. Then went out to Harrison. Trying to find Rafinha. Rafinha just barely able to keep it in there, though. Doing some tricky footwork there with Ake. And there's appeals from the fans appealing for a possible penalty there. But it is not to be, of course. Ball goes all the way back. Struick. Struick found Dallas. Back to Koch. Took Struick. Firpo. To Click. Went to Harrison, and Laporte was able to make the clearance there. Yeah, this is a tough one. Junior Firpo out for the throw-in. Leeds fans certainly not making life easy for Manchester City. And I hope they continue to do so. Ailing with a cross in. Junior Firpo now. Firpo, long range shot was not too far away. Not too far away. You can feel that Leeds still have something in them here. Rightfully so. It's only been about 34 minutes. Connor McCabe in the chat says, trash is being thrown onto the pitch. Yes. It's been an ongoing thing since the start of the game. Fans are throwing wads of paper onto the pitch, it seems. White, yellow, and blue. Obviously significant, their team colors. But they're trying to make life as hard as possible for Manchester City right now, the Leeds supporters. Leeds on the counter, though, cut out by Nathan Ake. Ooh, Ailing prevented Jesus from going further forward. No foul given. Ball tried to find Click, but it was not to be. City with the ball again here. Ruben Diaz to Rodri rather. That's difficult. There's a Rodri and a Rodrigo on the pitch. Laporte out to Nathan Ake. And Jesus is going to go back inside. He had switched places with Grealish. So Jesus going back inside, Grealish going back out wide himself. Leeds trying to deal with this 4-2-3-1 shape of City's. But it is leaving them vulnerable on the counterattack. This new shape here that City's trying. Rafinha tried to find Dallas, but it was not to be. Dallas, of course, being in the I'd say the northwestern part of Texas. Yeah. City with the ball. Nathan Ake looking to march up the field here, looking to find Jesus, but it's not to be. Ailing on the ball now. Crosses it all the way out looking for Firpo. Firpo really well controlled there. Firpo finds Click. Click needs to find an outlet here. Crosses it into Dallas, but it's not to be here. Looks like that may have been... I can't tell who regained it. That may have been Jack Grealish. Phil Foden now on the ball, marching upwards. Rodrigo puts it out wide a little bit to Cancelo. Cancelo just about keeps it in. Crosses to the ball himself. Out to Gabriel Jesus. Jesus dribbling. Tries to find a shot in there, but it goes right into the hands of Meslier. Decent play there by City. Crossing the ball, making changes there. Just could not find the final product. Leeds marching upwards through the midfield, but gets cut out easily by City. Phil Foden pulls the ball out wide. It looks like that may have been to... can't really tell who that was to. But anyway, the ball's all the way back now to Ruben Diaz. He finds Cancelo. Diaz again. Back to Laporte. To Nathan Ake. Rafinha definitely trigger pressing Ake anytime the ball starts to sniff closely there. That might be an instruction that he's been given by Jesse Marsch. That might be the weak spot of City's defenses on that right-sided channel there for Leeds. Manchester City unbeaten in the last 15 away matches. I think their last one may have been to, I can't remember now. It couldn't have been Spurs. Could it? Let's see. Ooh, Rafinha with a dangerous cross in. Ederson blocks it. Ball is still very alive here for Leeds. Leeds causing Manchester City quite a bit of discomfort now. They may have found their way into this game, Leeds. Ball was aimed for Gabriel Jesus, but Jesus could not make it there in time. Leeds fans just harassing and haranguing Manchester City. Meslier. Ball crossed out wide, or out far. Finds Rafinha. Rafinha still has the ball, trying to dribble in. Was not able to find a proper outlet there. Benny Mac says, there's someone behind you. Yes, I believe that's Orlando Bloom playing Legolas. He's got a Hawaiian lei. You can see it right there. Yeah. So I'm not all alone, I presume. I've got my dog. She's behind me, and Orlando Bloom also behind me. Yeah. Thank you, Benny, for joining us in the chat. Greatly appreciate you, sir. Hope you're doing well. Sterling with the ball, moving up the pitch, slaloming through the lanes, through the channels here. But it's recovered well by Leeds. Tried to clear it. Lots of slips here. Oh, Sterling had a good shot in on target, but it was well saved by Leeds. A little bit tricky there for Leeds. Benny says Lord of the Rings. Yeah, did I say something like a different movie? I feel like I may have said Pirates of the Caribbean, which is definitely a different movie. So if I slipped on that, I apologize. It's not the first slip happening here. There's been slippages all over the pitch here today for both City and Leeds. So, yeah. Benny says, Tanner, Lord of the Football. Yes. I'm trying to be today. Trying to be. Just gonna try and plug in the old laptop here, give it some power. There we go. There we go. Some power. You have to wonder how much City really have in the tank right now, due to their midweek game against Real Madrid, which was explosive to say the least. I'm sure their levels are good. They've got probably some of the best staff in the world, some of the best, absolute best staff that money can buy. But yeah. You actually just witnessed here, it was a Leeds player who actually slipped on some trash there for a minute. So we saw some trash flying off the boot of one of the players. All the paper and the garbage being thrown on the pitch is gonna end up being a problem for both teams. Really does need to be sorted out. Or at least maybe a stoppage to clear it when it's actually on the pitch itself. Ooh, Harrison disposes of City, looking to move the ball upfield. Passes back out to Firpo. Firpo out to Meslier. Firpo back on the ball now. And then again back to Meslier. Harrison and Firpo were about to have a collision. They were able to stop just in time before they hit each other. That's all right. City end up with the ball, though. A little consequential. Rafinha and Rodrigo trying to do a little bit of pressing here. But they gave City more than enough time to find some outlets. Foden on the ball now. Finds Cancelo. Cancelo finds Sterling. Cancelo goes to the ground. No call from the referee. Lots of City appeals here. Benny looks like he's got some emojis here. I don't recognize any of these. These might be some Twitch exclusive emojis. I think I also need to send. I think I was supposed to send Benny something here. Give me just a second, Benny. Let me see if I can find what it is that you need. Let me see here. Let's see. There we go. Here we go. Looks like another collision there. I do apologize, guys. I was looking away from the screen. Benny, DM me your email address. I think I found what it is that you're looking for. Oh, look who it is. Matt, you made it home.
Yes. I'm doing me whites.
Yeah,
So let's get these off.
Hey, there you go.
There we go.
You can tell that Matt just got off work because he still had his chef's apron and uniform on. How are you doing today, buddy?
I'm good. I mean, I'm doing better than the Leeds player on the pitch right now, though.
Yeah.
I missed it while I was walking home. Can you talk me through what happened? And what minute you on?
I am on the 48th minute here. I was actually trying to send Benny a file because Benny had asked me to send him something earlier, but it does look like
what, sir?
48, 55, 6, 7, 8, 9, 49 minutes now. Counting upward.
Okay, then we are 49.07 now.
Yep.
Okay, so we are level then. I'm now with you, sir. So what happened? So on the pitch, one of the Leeds players has gone down with it's can't get a good look at who it was. It wasn't a pleasant tackle. Most of these players are staying on. Calvin Phillips is there. Foden has just pulled his shirt up and revealed he's wearing 2 shirts. One not good enough for him. He's got 2 on, and then you've got. It looks like Leeds are. And number 20 is getting stripped to come on. This is worrying time if you are a Leeds United fan.
Yeah, Daniel James. This makes me think that it might be. If it's Dan James, it makes me think it might be Rodrigo. I can't see the player either, but I haven't seen Rodrigo on the pitch just yet. Again, this is just speculation because I did not see the initial tackle, so I apologize if I've missed something here.
Unfortunately, because I joined I didn't join the live feed in time. I can't rewind it.
It's not Rodrigo. It might be Stuart Dallas. Yeah, Stuart Dallas.
That's not good. That's one of their stalwarts in midfield. He's essential to their midfield working well. The Leeds fans looking concerned. The City players look equally concerned as the left back for Leeds walks across to join a. I'm guessing that there was 2 City players standing over him. Now it's Bernardo Silva. He's the only one who's remained. Actually, can't be. Bernardo's not playing. I apologise. Not sure who that was then. I just assumed it was because of moustache. Calvin Phillips now speaking at length with the manager. Like in the background music, by the way. Had a good choice.
Well, thank you. I like this one.
We're in the 6th minute of time lost. 4 minutes played. Dan Daniels is coming on here. So an enforced attacking change here for the manager. But as Elland Road rises to its feet to applaud, he's crying. That's his season done.
Yeah.
That's his season done. The entire of the Leeds support cheering for pitch. Yes, I believe that is Dallas number 15. I believe that is right. That is a massive, massive loss if it is Dallas.
Yep. We're getting the confirmation it is Dallas.
Yeah, Dallas of James on. Now, Dan James, of course, got a point to prove, and being an ex-Man United player, of course, maybe that he'll have even a bit more gumption about it to try and get a goal back here. I'm not sure when the tackle happened in time lost, but we've got maybe 4 minutes. Foden throws one in, and it's cleared by Calvin Phillips out to the right side with Raheem Sterling, who dances his pass, and then dances inside with left foot, and it gets to Calvin Phillips again, blocking it well. And Foden is the furthest man back, dances past 3 tackles, and loses possession.
Yeah.
He should have tried one pass. We saw this a lot as Diaz marshals it back to the keeper Anderson. You weren't lying, Tanner, when you were saying earlier about the amount of trash being thrown from the far side of the pitch. My word.
Yeah, it's been coming down since the start of the game. Hopefully, with this being halftime, that it'll give maybe some of the stewards a chance to clear some of it. There was quite a good deal of it actually on the pitch, the playing part of the pitch, which is not ideal for sure. It also seems as though the pitch is very slick. We've seen slippages from both sides here in the early stages of the game. We'll see if that still has to play a part in the second half. But first half is done. Leeds still holding their own here, though Manchester City are up. The score currently is Leeds 0, Manchester City 1 from the 13th minute.
This is correct.
Matt, you're wearing your Liverpool hat, So,
of course, I'm always wearing my Liverpool hat. So,
lots of big things going on today. Obviously, today, big win at St. James's Park in Newcastle. Big win there.
Huge win. Man of the match performance from Thiago, but a lot of people's eyes. Although he only played really for the last 20 minutes. Naby Keita, a lot of people had a lot of time for.
Milner.
Amazing performance at 36 years old. 810 professional games in his career now. And I'm like, the guy is still able to compete at that level.
He is. I mean, I don't know what his current contract trajectory is. I don't know how long he wants to continue to play, but
as long as he wants, I guess, the way he's playing.
Yeah, I mean, Jurgen Klopp did make note that there's not too many people as fit as James Milner, especially in his age bracket. But I would certainly say that James Milner would be one to watch out for as far as coaching potential goes. He and Klopp have a very close connection, that's for sure.
This is all truth, of course, and it's a very big thing to have players you can rely on to come in at the stage of the season and play in crucial games. This game, for example, we talked about earlier on, of course. You had Gomez, who is, I'm going to be honest, not in Trent Alexander-Arnold's league when it comes to being a right back. But you wouldn't have known it today. He was playing like a phenomenal right back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A lot of time for what he was doing. He did a great job.
He gives Liverpool a different dimension at right back, for sure.
I mean, the amount of people who were complaining online about whether or not about some of the choices that Klopp made at the start of the season, like why are you dropping Salah for? Why are you dropping Thiago for? And people are forgetting the big picture because it's the same for Man City. They made 5 changes. I mean, as you mentioned earlier, amazing result for Liverpool in midweek against Villarreal. But Liverpool go and get the job done still. I mean, Villarreal need to come out. You see a hold of Villarreal on Tuesday night. But at the same time, I'd rather be Liverpool than Man City having to go to the Bernabeu and not concede to that Real Madrid side. Benzema's got 41 goals for the season.
Yeah,
and he'll get more.
Yeah, let's talk about that real quick here, since we're in the middle of halftime. We've got more Champions League action coming up this week here. Liverpool traveling away to Villarreal. Villarreal needing at least 2 goals to force some extra time there in that tie. That could be certainly very interesting. But I think a lot of people's eyes are on Manchester City headed to the Santiago Bernabeu.
Yeah, because that's going to be a cracker.
Yes.
It's going to be an absolute cracker.
I feel like there's still a lot to play there. Real Madrid are not dead and buried, that's for sure.
Yeah, I would very much be. I'm happy with Liverpool not having to do too much in the way of worrying about things over in Spain. Man City wrote their luck a couple of times for sure.
Now, of course,
we see a goal. We see replay of the goal here. Foden whips the free kick in, and Rodri gets it's a great header. But I've got to admit, they've been somewhat fortunate that Leeds haven't had better chances.
I was thinking the same thing. That particular goal was important for City for sure. I think that City's chances have really been few and far between since then. and it would be hard for them to find I guess more goals here based on how on Leeds' display. We'll have to see if Leeds can continue to make this push here. But I mean, so far so good. So we talked. So we talked about the Champions League a little bit, of course. Again, I believe that's going to be on Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, this coming Tuesday, we'll have Villarreal facing Liverpool. So big game to play for there. And then on Wednesday, Real Madrid taking on Manchester City. So just very decisive.
You would, without meaning any disrespect for the Villarreal, and I'm not meaning to here, and yet, it's just showing the Leeds United break on 3 minutes when they slipped, and he should have. Did he put the ball in? He should have put the ball in, but I think he went himself. He should have put the ball in much earlier than he did. It's not often you have Cancelo slip like that, but as you were saying, a couple of slips in this game already, Tanner. So City got away with a couple already. I was saying, I'm not being so disrespectful to Villarreal here, but you do get the feeling after the first leg at Anfield, you do get the feeling that I've never seen one team dominate a semi-final of a Champions League game so much. I mean, that was ridiculous. You'd feel that if Liverpool had wanted to score more second half, they could have done. They just controlled the game after they scored. Villarreal did not come out, should have come out, and they're going to have to at home. And that's when they're vulnerable to a Liverpool counter, of course. But you do feel that Real Madrid and Man City are playing for the right to play Liverpool in the final.
Yeah. You do get that feeling. Of course, Liverpool will, as you pointed out, they will not be... I guess diminishing Villarreal or underplaying Villarreal's chances here. They are going to treat them with the utmost respect leading into this tie. You can be assured of that. One thing that we should probably point out as well, Liverpool being on a very big boost currently, Jurgen Klopp has signed a new deal through 2026.
Big. Could that be the biggest signing of the season in general?
It's definitely because
it's not an extension you signed; it's a brand new contract you signed.
Well, in
many terms you don't know about, obviously.
Right. He himself has not taken any kind of wage increase, is what is being reported. He instead asked for wage increases for his staff.
I'm fine with that. They so rarely
really,
get
really
talked
good.
about. People talk about how great Jurgen Klopp is, and we know how great Jurgen Klopp is. But then you've got Pep Linders, you've got Achterberg, you've got Claudio Taffarel he's brought in this season, a goalkeeping legend from Brazil, to work alongside the main goalkeeper we've got there. That's why we've got goalkeepers the caliber of Alisson and Keller, who is an amazing number 2. If Alisson are injured, Liverpool fans are no longer scared about who's going to be between the sticks. Keller's in there, Liverpool feel safe. Liverpool fans feel safe. Van Dijk and Konate and the back line know that they've got a safe pair of hands behind them as a number 2. Problem is, he needs to be out there playing regular football, Keller. So he needs to be out there getting on loan. But that's beside the point. But I'm saying that throughout the team, I mean, Klopp brought in a throw-in coach a couple of seasons ago. I've never heard of such a thing, but it worked. It worked, didn't it? Have you seen the throw that Trent's now got? That comes from Klopp bringing in the right people for the job. I mean, a lot of people say, like, oh, you need to bring in this manager, you need to bring in this player, bring in that. Sometimes, I mean, we've seen it at Man United this season as well. The rot at Man United. They've changed the manager. They've got rid of Solskjaer, kept all the coaching staff, and just brought in Ragnarok, and Ragnarok has happened. 6 months later, are they in any better position? No, if they're in a worse
no,
position.
you would definitely say no in this case here.
I mean, as if to prove a point. I know I'm doing a lot of talking, Hannah, but you have spent the last hour talking, and I think you need a break for a few moments.
I appreciate that. I sincerely appreciate that. Yes.
So I can't say Rangnick, who took the Austria job this week. That's a massive out for him. I mean, I'm pleased for him in that something. I like him. The thing is, when he came in, he was hyped over his big thing about his hard press, and he talk clock what he knows and all this bollocks, all this stuff about at Leipzig, and he did a great job there.
Yes,
but
the godfather of gegenpress that we keep hearing about,
which he is, but the players don't want to do it, and the players don't want to do it. What's the coaching staff actually doing? As proven when Liverpool. Liverpool didn't know who was going to rock, which Man United were going to rock up at Anfield. Turned out they worked on this new plan to try and control the entire Liverpool front line. 4 minutes it lasted. Who tries a 5-3-2 for one session and hopes it's going to work against the most dangerous attack in Europe?
Well, you don't want to
play. And that's
not
me just saying that as a Liverpool fan. That's me pointing at the stats. 136 goals for the season.
Yeah, it was a risky, very risky strategy on their part to try and
suicide. It was suicide.
Play three at the back like that. Mm-hmm.
It was suicide because not only did they have Harry Maguire back there and Victor Lindelof, Mr. Simon Powell, who is the biggest fan of him, of course. He's the chairman of the Victor Lindelof Appreciation Society, of course. But also, Phil, I've only played 3 games for 5 years. Jones at centre-half alongside him. I actually felt bad for Phil Jones because he's on a high to nothing. He hasn't played for 2 years, and you're putting him up against Salah, Diaz, and Mane. I get the fact that Ronaldo was not in the right shape and to play, and he shouldn't have played. Absolutely, he's right not to play. But it was still kind of your other players should be able to step into that breach. It's not about one man.
Yeah,
they're still clearing the pitch, by the way.
Are they? We have not been brought back into the fold yet.
Yeah, we've just seen an overhead shot as they go into another ad break here in the UK, and they are clearing. And there is, I counted 15 stewards, or certainly ground staff on the pitch, clearing it, and I think there's more being added to it. If it wasn't so irresponsible, I'd be cheering it. But you got to admit, it's a hostile atmosphere.
Oh yeah,
this is a hostile atmosphere, and Man City, if they get out of this 1-0, they can count themselves extremely fortunate, I think.
Yeah,
I'm aware that some people have been saying the same thing about Liverpool earlier today when they went to Newcastle and got away with a 1-0. Liverpool had 10 shots on target. Dubravka kept it at 1. Dubravka did, because that back line had more leaks in it than Wales. That's a very, very British joke. I'm so sorry. And Alisson had 1 shot to save on target. That was it. Yeah. Alisson had 1 shot on target, and it was a comfortable save for him. So I'm wondering if Man City are. I'm thinking a lot of. I'm not sure who it is we're watching here. I think it's Cancelo who's come onto the pitch, and he has done the cross 5 times. I'm not sure if it's a thing. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure as well. But we do have the Leeds players here in the tunnel.
Yes, Leeds players with Dan James, who had a cup of coffee in the first half. But he's got a whole second half ahead of him now, and Leeds United will probably feel a little. They're doing a bit of extra warming up before they sprint out onto the pitch. This is Leeds have looked somewhat better, but at the same time, they really need something out of this game. With Burnley winning today, massive win for Burnley earlier. They need to close it out. And City cannot afford to let this lead slip. Second half coming up now on Tekkers with myself, Madison, Matt Willis, and the tech gym and Tanner Pruitt. We're going to bring you the second half live here on Tekkers. If you're just watching us, just joining us, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Ring the bell, all that lovely stuff. Just 6 subscribers away from 100 subscriber goal, guys, and then we get our personal URL.
Yes, I'm very excited about this this URL. You know, this would be great.
It was a big deal because Chris got it. Chris got that right. At least the break is right away here. Oh, the cross was early, and it was one of the could have just ducked in the far post.
It was not too far away. Not too far away from Leeds there.
That's a nice little break. Yeah, just completely skinned Foden. Foden's screaming at John Stones, but it's Foden who gave up the chase. So, yeah, not quite sure what happened on that one. I was talking about something. What was I talking about? Yes, my other half, Chris. He got 100 subscribers, and he's activated his URL. And since he's done that, he's gone from 100 to, I believe it's nearly 270 in about a year. So he's doubled in a year because of it, for sure. But we haven't even been going for a year yet here on Tekkers, and we're doing handsomely well. I think we're building a nice little fan base. We've got a fan base going. We've got amazing stuff. We've got 5 rounds, which on high just temporarily, of course. We've obviously got the audio side of things with Doctor Who Pod, the waiting room, and obviously Chamber Wrestling on a Wednesday, and I'll try to Chamber live on a Monday. The volley's back, not this week, the week after. Volley back in a week Monday as well. Indeed.
That's news. I've not heard that.
Back a week Monday. We'll be back with a special. As we interrupt myself. It's not paving thrown out. It's a lot of bottles are now. It's bottles being thrown. That's not good. Come on, Leeds
definitely.
These fans. This is why these fans have such a bad reputation, unfortunately.
Yeah,
and these are a nice break here, and they're chasing every ball because they know that it could be between them and Everton to stay in the Premier League.
I mean, that's very true.
Grealish
Unfortunately for
Ailing, Grealish crossing with no one in the box. That's 100 million gets shot.
Seems like the story of his game here so far.
Story of his season. He has not had a good season. He has not justified £100 million transfer fee.
Yeah,
I mean, you've probably got more stats to hand than I have, Tanner, right now. What is Grealish's current return rate in terms of assists and goals this year? It's not good, I'm guessing.
No, it's not. Let's see here. FB. I'll let you track that down, Tanner. But yes, we're going to do a little. Because although Norwich were confirmed relegated, yes, today, they're still technically 2 spots up around. Watford are not down yet. They were some would say unfortunate not to get a result against Burnley today, but Burnley did get a last minute, a late winner, which has put them in real contention of staying up, like I thought they would all season, which has put Leeds and Everton under the cosh. But the first volley back is going to be titled "Who's Going Down?" And we're going to focus on the bottom of the table. The volley doesn't usually focus on one particular part of the Premier League, but let's face it, it's about time we turn those lights on and full beam on Everton, Leeds, and Burnley, because it's between them 3 for the last spot. Obviously, given our affiliation with Mags and Chris, we want Burnley to stay up because we love Burnley. We have a soft spot for Burnley. And as our less sober colleague, Mr. Harris, said in our chat earlier, we've got Michael Jackson. We've got Michael Jackson. Da, 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 da. Yeah,
because his name is Mike Jackson.
That was a really impressive display from Burnley.
Leeds were breaking.
Yeah, Leeds cut out the passing.
Managed and close out. Do you know? I've got a lot of time for Nathan Ake. A lot of time for Nathan Ake.
Yeah.
he had a great game, obviously, in the FA Cup against Liverpool, of course. Leeds spreading the ball nicely out here.
You
hasn't
asked
gone
for
anywhere.
Jack...
Leeds are screaming for a penalty. It ain't going to come their way.
I don't think it is. You asked for those Jack Grealish stats, by
Yes,
the way.
what is it? Yes, Jack Grealish's stats for the season.
He's played, I believe this would be his 23rd league game.
Okay.
He's played 6 games in the Champions League. So altogether...
So he's played 29 games. Okay.
So he's played 29 games, 3 goals and 3 assists.
For 100 million.
Yeah.
That's not good. Leeds tried some triangle work and it's just closed out in the end. But Leeds are not out of this. Leeds are like a little terrier. They're just going to keep nipping until they get blood.
Now, what Jack Grealish is good at is touches in the attacking penalty area. He's got
and new hairstyles.
Yeah, he's got about 8 touches in the attacking penalty area per 90.
And Leeds thumping forward.
And then he's got 13.63 progressive carries per 90 as well. So he's good. Jack Grealish is good, but his numbers are not.
When you're paying £100 million on a player, you should be getting goals and assists. You need to be doing more than you're doing. And in fact, he's only played 29 games. And Man City, they were one game. And Leeds breaking in here.
Mm-hmm.
Harrison crossing. Jude Firpo lays it off, and there was no one there. And Leeds are definitely not out of this. And Sterling is breaking here. Sterling and Foden forward. Sterling and Grealish forward. Sterling across it. Oh, and Sterling almost by a penalty spot by the time he ended up crossing it. And now he's a wall of white back for Leeds United. And Jesus and Grealish misses open goal.
That's been a recurring theme here today.
I'm putting it out in our turn as a suggestion. Is this the game which cost them the championship? Could that be a chance that cost them the league? Because Sterling here put on a plate here. Put on a plate for Grealish.
Mm-hmm.
He had 3 or 4 chances here. Eventually it comes off the back of the lead defender, and then Grealish knocks it back, and then Grealish puts it to Jesus, and then Grealish just flashes his shot wide as Guardiola comes forward. I've got to say, and now it's back with Diaz on the halfway line. This could quite easily be a game which, if they don't win, could be again they can look back and say, well, we should have got more results. Big result here. Big clearance by Ayling at the near post.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you could certainly make that argument, though the onus would be on Leeds to score.
But the fact made the long way to say that 1-0, they're gonna nick a draw.
They certainly
the fact
could.
that City aren't taking their chances to increase the lead keeps Leeds in the game.
Mm-hmm. You're not wrong.
Look, the ball has gone in. The ball has gone in. It's from Nathan Ake.
But will it stand, though, is the question.
I don't think there's much wrong with it. The lead players aren't complaining. I'm not entirely sure. We're going to get the replay in the UK here any moment now. Grealish is in a debate like he's got something to do with it. He didn't have anything to do with it at all. Nathan Ake, the man who I was just saying that has in a good form here. Ball put in by Foden. Grealish is not even in the box when it happened. And Nathan Ake, and it just comes in front of the man at the far post. Just slips in, and beats his man. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Took it like a striker. Great goal.
Yep.
Diaz knocks it down, and Ake finishes it like a striker. The forgotten man, Nathan Ake. They spent a lot of money on him as well. I think up to £30 million.
They did.
And it's raining quite hard now in Leeds. So, it's his second Premier League goal of the season, by the way. Both against Leeds.
Really? Hey, well, there you go. That's
He
a good
likes
stat
playing
there,
against
folks.
Leeds this season.
So Leeds 0-2 to Manchester City. Rodri in the 13th minute, and then Ake in the
Yeah, it's got to
53rd.
adjust that kind of get slightly wrong.
There you go. I
Gonna bug me.
gotcha. There we go. Fixty. All right. And then City back on the ball once again. Grealish finds
the
Ake.
next goal is now extremely crucial because, as a lot of people say, 2-0 is the most. Thing is, referee, had he blown up there? Aiding's not happy.
No, supporters going back and throwing more trash on the field, it seems. Yeah, City have done well this game. You got to feel a little bit harshly for Leeds because they really are in a position where they need to pick up some points. We've seen Leeds claw back with goals, multiple goals in a half before. It's not impossible, but they're in a hard position right now.
They are. They've got 35 minutes still. Let's not forget this. Man City have scored the most set piece goals this season, 18. Liverpool are second with 16. But most of Liverpool's have come from corners, of course. Man City mostly have come from free kicks, mainly Kevin De Bruyne. But Leeds have got to not lose their shape here. They've got to keep their focus, and they could maybe get something out of this game. Still, they've got to focus.
Well, they need they need their offensive potency. They seem to be very wayward with their passing, especially their progressive passing going forward.
I'm a little concerned the amount of debris being thrown still. I dare say that Leeds will get a fight. There's a lot being thrown at Grealish specifically from the upper decks.
He seems to be reveling in it a little bit. but of course,
the thing is though, you can't actually continue the game while it's happening. Exactly. And the thing is, people are balling up, and the thing is that's not careful. That can actually hit someone. And thinking referee could end up stopping the game if this doesn't stop.
Yeah, very true.
I mean, there was a child in the front row who has just thrown one directly at him. Diaz back again, and this time we cleared out by it's 3 Man City players on 1 Leeds player.
Yeah.
Jesus plays it back towards Cancelo, who knocked it all the way back to Edison at the end of the pitch. Yeah, so it's not like it's all drunk men. Some of these kids, one of the kids must be about Jackson from the JGB Sports podcast age. JGB Sports, they're doing baseball at the moment, which is great, of course, like baseball. Out on Mondays on VGN.
I like some good baseball coverage. I like baseball.
Yeah, some Yankees or?
Oh no. I'm a lifelong Red Sox fan.
Attaboy.
Never Yankees. Gundogan on the ball.
Ake, I might be a little bit behind you. I was Ake when you said that.
Oh yeah, I think you might be a second or two ahead of me.
I'm on 58, 31, 32,
yep.
33.
Yeah, you're about 5 seconds ahead of me.
Okay.
That's all right.
I pause here. There you go. Sorry.
35.
Nathan Ake being brought
36, off. 37, 38.
They're dragging Ake off and bringing on Zinchenko.
40. Yeah, that makes sense.
It looks like Ake's not happy. He's not happy at all, but he's got the goal which could win them the game.
Yeah.
Big result for this could be for Manchester City. It's not like it's. But the thing is, it's not like the whole league relies on this game. But Man City have to keep winning while they're chasing. They have to keep winning. Of course, next Saturday, special game. We're covering live here on Tekkers. In the UK, it's a 7:30 start for us, 7:45 kickoff. So 1:30, 1:45, if you're in the Cowboy time like Tanner, we'll be bringing you live coverage of Liverpool versus Tottenham Hotspur. Massive game for
Big
Liverpool
game.
to take the top of the table again, but also a massive game for the Champions League spots for Tottenham as well. Huge game next weekend, and of course, there's lots of other little bits and pieces happening throughout the weekend, of course, as well. Not least, of course, on the Sunday, maybe be able to bring you coverage from the first ever, the inaugural, even Miami Grand Prix, which is happening indeed, and the Hard Rock Cafe in Miami. It's closing off the entire for 2 weeks. They're closing off all the roads around the Hard Rock Cafe and made a circuit out of it. The average speed 137 miles an hour. Apparently, that's a fast street circuit. That's a very fast street circuit.
That'll be very interesting to watch. For sure, to see how that turns
Tanner,
out.
Maybe you can join me for that one, Tanner. Maybe you can join me for that one.
Yeah, when is that?
Next Sunday.
Next Sunday.
That will be, I believe it's 8:30 UK. That'll be 2:30 your time.
Yeah, I'll have to see.
And they've done that because it's prime time for the UK audience, for European audience. You see. Because when they do the Las Vegas race next year, they're going to race on the Strip in Las Vegas next year, which is mental. They're doing on a Saturday night for the UK for the European audience as a shot there from Gundogan. Grealish actually laid one off, I think, for him. Yeah, he did. That was great. And Gundogan, one could argue, had a clear shot goal. And then Foden collapses to the ground as if he's just been shot. Junior Firpo coming off here and on comes to replacement. Joe Geldart. Great young player. He's got a big future in front of him. Yeah, from what I can tell, the Leeds fans are now offering some less than favourable musical language, shall we say, towards England midfielder Jack Grealish.
I mean, I can't
questioning his sexual preference, shall we say? Which some would say is banter. I'm not of that belief that is banter. It's only banter if you know the person, you don't know him. So stop doing it, people. You never know who you're affecting with this sort of stuff sometimes. And thankfully, Jack Grealish seems to have broad shoulders, and it seems to work. The more you goad him, the better he plays.
Yeah, he's kind of got a sneer about him in that way.
Well, he's a bit entitled at times, isn't he? It feels like. I love my hometown club. Oh, 100 million? Yes, please. Fuck you, Villa. What? You say that didn't happen? Absolutely, it happened. Absolutely, it happened. And then they paid him with Philippe Coutinho. Sterling in here, and it's headed behind. Very good header, actually, isn't it?
You could argue that that could be a like for like almost. Grealish for Coutinho.
One could argue that Coutinho is the better player this season. He's had more impact for sure. Villa, Grealish, it was all around him. Half an hour ago, Foden swings the corner in. It's headed to beat the first man straight out. Oh, and he sold him short. And Edison puts it out of Elland Road. Anywhere, just not near me. He's learned to not just.
Yeah, that ball is headed to the media box. That's where that ball is going.
Speaking of that, I don't watch a lot of snooker, but the World Snooker Championship is currently on at the moment. I believe at the Crucible. I believe. Actually, I don't think it is, but there's a big snooker tournament going on at the moment. And the referee in the semi-final, who is amazing. She's a woman for a start, which is breaking down rules already. It's fantastic. Got a couple of them now, but she actually banged on the BBC commentary box, telling them to keep it down while the people were taking the shots. And I'm like, this is Judd Trump, Mark Williams. If anyone's put off by her at all, but she was not having it. She didn't care who they were. Like, you're not gonna raise your voice. Some people had their phones on, and she told them, like, silence your phones. She wasn't asking, she was telling. I'm thinking, like, at some point we're gonna have like a German, I'm thinking like Miss Trunchbull from Matilda sort of do that sort of deal, like a German like you will do everything or call a few weeks sort of deal, I'm aware that accent drifts across Eastern Europe when I do that, so I might stop before it gets too far east at the moment. But Zinchenko's on the ball now, speaking of Eastern Europe, and the ball has gone off the pitch in favour of Leeds United after hitting one of the white, crunched up bits of paper and went out for a Leeds throw. So it went in their favour, arguably there. I think Leeds haven't put much of a foot wrong, really. They've been unfortunate at times. They are playing one of the best teams in the country, in the whole of Europe, the world, perhaps. But they've got a tough one. They didn't have any handball to Sterling in the final third on a platter, who put the ball in, and Leeds get to Foden and Gundogan and Foden again, and it's headed out and away, and it's put into Zinchenko, then puts it into the back of the stand behind the goal. It's still travelling. It's still travelling.
It's about to fly past
the lead the referee is coming across here to have a word with the coaching staff. I believe in word for Leeds United coaching staff. He has booked the Leeds United manager.
Marsch?
He has booked Marsch, yes.
Uh-oh.
This is where we'd like to see what happened a few weeks ago. Maybe last week, we saw a Women's Super League game with the referee and their assistants mic'd up. And we could hear what was being awarded for. Because sometimes they're quite nice to hear what they're giving the cards for, what they're giving the free kicks for, sort of thing. Because that's the sort of thing that I think the kids would be great for kids who want to learn to be referees. Sometimes also, like why is referee like referee don't really talk about that sort of thing, but we can hear what he or she is doing. It'd be great, wouldn't it? I mean, it'd be much better for us.
It is a pretty common practice here in American sports to have
especially
and umpires mic'd up.
It happens all the time in American football, I'm aware, where they open a mic and explain why they're giving the foul, that sort of thing, or like flag on the field, blah 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 blah, first down, that sort of thing.
Jesse Marsch still making his complaints
growling like a caged lion, isn't he? The ball is deep here. Anderson is out of his box and lets it come inside and gathers it within himself. So Leeds have gone to a 3 at the back, it looks like.
Yeah, they're trying to go. It seems to be
they're trying
a little
something,
more,
aren't they?
Yeah, they're trying to be a little bit more congested in the midfield.
Yeah, I mean, as long as City don't make any mistakes, then it's job done. Obviously, you've got the control of the game now, see it through, and get ready for probably the biggest game of the season for them, a trip to the Bernabeu in the Champions League on Wednesday, and that was a great attempt by Leeds. They try and push out now. We've got just over 20 minutes to go here. And that would be a massive thing if Leeds could get a goal back now. Then it's 20 minutes of a little bit of doubt in the back of the City player's mind, perhaps. Ailing puts it out here. The ball is whipped in, and it's just too deep. lovely bit of build-up play, and it's just put out to the wide, and it's just ballooned out play.
See, when Leeds slow things down and are more patient, it seems like they're a lot better going forward.
Yes,
but we know how much they like to be very rapid.
Expressive for sure.
Very expressive. Yes, they like to take a lot of risk with the ball. But that is one thing that we've known about Leeds under Bielsa is that
Foden coming deep to receive the ball, and then plays it back to Ruben Diaz on the edge of the box. Leeds' remaining fixtures in the season, by the way, is a real tough running for them. They've got Arsenal away, Chelsea at home, Brighton, and I believe Newcastle. It's a tough old fixture list, isn't it?
Yeah. I would say Everton still edge it in being slightly tougher.
But between them two, Burnley are digging themselves out of trouble themselves. One could argue that the tough running is definitely be heading more for the two of those for Everton and Leeds. And who would have thought that about Everton after the first 2 games of the season when they had 6 points from the first 2 games? They thought, well, referee maybe know what he's talking about. Is Leeds breaking here? It's 3-on-3. Rafinha, deflecting behind for a corner.
That could have been 2-1, or yeah. I mean that could be Leeds pulling a goal back here.
Watching the replay here, Rafinha does a great job here, and they're celebrating like they've just scored a goal. Man City. Because of that, it was a great bit of defending, and they're defending every big Laporte, defending the tackles like he is, at the top of his game. And Leeds are now trying to take a corner, but they can't all with debris on the pitch. Yeah. But it's people behind the goal throwing paper, and now we've got Leeds fans are shouting at other Leeds fans for throwing paper at their own players.
Yeah. I don't think they're realizing that it was.
I don't wish. The woman standing behind the woman standing behind Rafinha at the moment with a Leeds United UK flag, and of course, we do stand with Ukraine, of course. As Leeds and Gerhard, Leeds really turn the screw a little bit. Leeds are turning on the pressure here. Leeds are really turning on the pressure at the right time. There's plenty of time for a rally here, for sure.
Leeds now. Gabriel Jesus tried to make a meal of a little push in the back from Phillips.
Oh my goodness! Right across the box from Leeds United. Leeds are really putting them under pressure here. City are screaming at each other, and their passing is brilliant at the moment.
Yeah, it's all hands on deck for City right now.
Literally, it's all hands for the pump to try and stem the tide. Leeds throw. Jesus is trying to stop Calvin Phillips quickly, but doesn't stop him. Take it quickly. And now Leeds pass it forward again. It's a slack pass out of defence. And Leeds now go on the hunt again. And reach a tackle on the halfway line almost. This is brilliant work from Leeds. Leeds aren't giving this up. That's great to see. But Ayling is now shouting at his fans again, saying stop throwing stuff. Because the referee can stop this game for this. Yeah, Guardiola looks frustrated, and so does Marsch, to be fair.
nobody seems to be very pleased with the situation at hand currently.
Well, the problem is, before the game, they put these things up there to hold up before the game for tributes and things like that, and like just a fat bit of solidarity. Sterling tried to thread one through, doesn't quite manage it, and now Leeds are trying to break again. But Sterling is back and tries again, as Marsch throws it straight to Rodrigo, and it's back in play with Leeds now. Back to Ian Meslier. The last 10 minutes, it has been 72% possession in favour of Leeds United. That is outrageous. But it's what the game needed. A little bit of, Man City's not going to get all their own way, which is exactly what we wanted to hear and see. With Rafinha on the far side, tripping the ball forward, and I think it was Laporte there. I believe that was, as Rodri tried to pass it out. Is Diaz on the pitch still? Has he gone off?
Yeah, Leeds need.
You got is Laporte playing alongside Diaz without Stones, because I thought Stones was playing. And Cancelo, and it's because they wanted the goal for himself rather than passing, so a much better favourable teammate. And it's closed out well. And Leeds now trying to back again. You got to give them credit. They are literally a little team that will not leave you alone. They're giving everything they've got. It's Harrison, who used to play, of course, for City, of course. Jesus is harrying Cock. I'll say it with a straight face. I'm so sorry. Now back with Ailing. I'm really pleased that Leeds aren't just rolling over here. Even if they go down fighting today, they're going to go down fighting. And they're busy. I like a busy team. You know what I'm like.
Yeah.
Because when you're busy, you're working.
Yes, absolutely. When you're busy, you're working. Leeds in. Rafinha's trying to
playing,
work this.
So I'm not sure how many centre halves they've got playing at the moment, Leeds. I'll be brutally honest. Man City, and offside has been given there against Ailing. Just a bit too forward thinking there, because the throwing came down and it was passed forward quickly. Everton, massive game against Chelsea next week, of course. I certainly want to be playing Chelsea at the moment. Still smarting from being out of Europe, of course, and. Of course, next week as well with West Ham Arsenal. Big game next weekend, of course. And of course, Man United Brentford, of course. The game which. And Man City and Jesus! Who can't stop scoring at the moment.
That's going to be 3. Yeah, Leeds 0. 3 to Manchester City. That's a bit tough for Leeds. The scoreline does not really reflect how much passion Leeds have put into the game here.
Leeds this goal is definitely against the run of play. Oh, that's close.
I feel like Struik just barely keeps him on.
Yeah, I think it'll be given, but I'm saying that's very close. No, it's Jesui. It's Jesui. We got the bigger card for end of the season for the final game for sure. So the goal stand, I do believe.
Jesui.
It's his 6th goal in the last 4 appearances, and he's going to be substituted now, I believe. No, it's still Foden being substituted. He hasn't contributed anything to the game.
Except a bunch of complaints,
He's good at whinging a lot, that's for sure. He gives his dad a hug when he comes to the pitch, and he's replaced by everyone's favourite Portuguese midfielder, Bernardo Silva.
Yeah, he's definitely there.
He's something, all right, isn't he?
Yeah, it's
So 0-3, as you say, in America, wrongly, but you say it.
0-3.
Yeah, you say.
I mean, that's what the score looks like. I mean, it's 0-3.
It's 3-0 to Man City.
Okay, well, you could say that too. 3-0 to Manchester City. That's
Indeed,
I think that's still correct.
Indeed. I mean, Liverpool got a very busy schedule coming up, of course. Obviously, the FA Cup final. We've got the Champions League semi-final. And, of course, should they get past Villarreal, they've got Champions League final after the season finished. Obviously, final game of the season covering here live on Tekkers, of course. Massive amount of games to keep everyone updated with, but we do it in our usual hectic fashion. Of course, we'll make sure and the debris is now thrown as soon as Grealish goes anywhere near him. I think it is just Grealish they're throwing it at now as well. To be fair,
it looks very clear that Jack Grealish is the target of of all the trash.
Yeah, because Zinchenko's over there and nothing's happening.
No.
But again, but then again, everybody loves Zinchenko.
Yeah, I mean Zinchenko's he's a very personable type player.
But in general, people like Ukrainians, don't they? Moments.
I'd say, particularly, yes, we're in a moment of time where Ukrainians are very well liked.
Here's the thing: we've got people just below us in our block of flats. They've got a Ukrainian flag up in their window. Someone's usually got like the Union Jack on a flat, on a full flagpole outside in their garden, and they've got. Rather than the flag up now, they've got the Ukrainian flag up. As Tanner enjoys a bit of his vape, it seems to be spreading through into the stadium because there is just a blue fog all over the stadium, Tanner, from the flares.
There look to have been several flares set off.
This is it.
Zinchenko. It looks like that may have been Jesus who went down.
I have to say, it's as Fernandinho's coming on now for Rodri. I have to say that Liverpool fans can't, count themselves as innocent regarding flares. Liverpool have had their running with flares in recent times.
Yes, we like a good flare.
This is it. And Sam Greenwood has come on for Rodrigo for Leeds United. Have to make that legal distinction. It's Sam Greenwood who has come on the pitch for legal reasons. We don't talk about the other Greenwood for obvious reasons.
Does he have a brother?
Not that I'm aware of. No, I'm not entirely sure he'd want to talk about him. We don't talk about Bruno. No. Been watching a lot of Encanto recently.
Oh, really?
Good film. You ever seen it?
No, I have not.
Go out of your way to watch it. It's brilliant.
It's good.
It's one of the best. There's a lot of good Disney stuff at the moment. There is, for sure. It's like next Sunday afternoon, for example, before the Grand Prix, of course, I'm going to be watching Doctor Strange, the new Doctor Strange film, of course. Yes.
Very cool.
Where the world gets fucked up. But,
very Inception-esque movie.
Love Inception, great film.
Yeah.
That's one that Leonardo DiCaprio should have won Oscar for. Speaking of which, did you hear the news about what's his name? Balsamic vinegar, whatever his name is. No, the president of Brazil. Bolsonaro, whatever his name is, complaining about Leonardo DiCaprio trying to cost him re-election because he's told people to go out there and vote. Because obviously DiCaprio is very much in favour of saving the rainforest, and Bolsonaro is not. He's giving money to terrorists, and I'm like, he's asking to save the rainforest. The rainforest is what keeps us alive.
Yeah.
It's an oxygen factory. The thing you use to keep you alive. How can you be against that?
It does seem very, very interesting that the Brazilian government has taken the stance that they do about the rainforest.
Well, no, they haven't. He has.
Oh, yes. Yes.
I'm aware it's one and the same, but, it is what it is, sort of thing.
Nice little turn there from Bernardo Silva to Gundogan.
Indeed. Unfortunately, Hannah, I'm going to have to love you and leave you, unfortunately, sir.
Okay.
My presence is required elsewhere, unfortunately.
Okay.
But I will leave you in Tanner's capable hands, and I shall be back very soon. Follow me at MattAttackUK. Tanner will take care of everything else. He's a good man at that. I am out of here.
Well, enjoy Matt. Matt, it was great seeing Matt pop in very unexpectedly. I really appreciate him doing that. Doing these streams is always a lot more fun when you have a tag team partner with you, and Matt's really, really great at what he does. So thank you to Matt. Matt, again, you can follow him on Twitter at the MattAttackUK. A great guy, a workhorse at content creation. So here we are, folks, at about nearly the 46th minute. Goodness, nearly the 86th minute here of the game. Again, it's 3-0 to Manchester City. It's hard for Leeds. Very hard for Leeds. You got to feel for them a bit here because I feel as though they were more deserving than what this scoreline has reflected. They've played well, but today was not their day. City will look to win this one here unless there's an absolute miracle on Leeds' part. The unlikeliest of miracles. But that's why we play the full 90 minutes plus extra time, right? Sterling on the ball, trying to advance it to... it looks like it went all the way back to Diaz to Ederson now. Aymeric Laporte to Zinchenko. Gundogan back to Zinchenko. Back to Gundogan. City bypassed a lot of Leeds just in a few touches. Ball sprayed out to Cancelo. Cancelo about to take a shot in at Meslier, but he was able to stop it, snuff it out. City might look to appeal for a penalty there for a missed tackle. Fernandinho spraying the ball out. Found Bernardo Silva, now to Gundogan. Gabriel Jesus back to Gundogan. Now to Sterling. To Cancelo. Back to Gundogan. Gundogan out wide. Fernandinho. Puts it back to Laporte. Laporte stretches the ball all the way up to Zinchenko, who is making a run. But it looks like it may have been slightly offsides there. Jesse Marsch prowling the touchline, still trying to instruct his players. Not much time left in this game, though. City still taking shots there. Meslier on the ball now. He's going to roll it out. We're going to start from the back, it seems. The ball was with Phillips. Passes it back to Koch. Oh, Dan James with open shot at goal. Oh, Gelhardt takes a shot. It's deflected. Leeds had an enormous opportunity there right at the end of the game. Click. Koch to Ayling. Ailing finds Phillips. Now Ailing traveling upwards. Bernardo Silva now with the ball, marching upwards for City. Finds Jesus out wide. Jesus looking for Gundogan, just trying to find open spaces here to Grealish now, who is on his left. Gundogan passing back to Zinchenko, and again, you've got Manchester City doing the traditional triangular passing that we are, very familiar with as far as Pep Guardiola sides are concerned. A little bit more direct now here from City. Gundogan had a chance at a header there, and it just went wide for Gundogan. We're getting a replay of the Leeds chance there. It's hard. Dan James and Gelhardt both had chances at goal, but it was not to be. We are now at just over 90 and a half minutes played. Leeds with another chance there. Gelhardt, chance was blocked. Just getting a montage of replays here. Gelhardt, striker for Leeds, of course. He's going to be a very, very good player, one to watch out for in the future. City moving the ball upwards here with Zinchenko to Gundogan. Gundogan out to Bernardo Silva to Fernandinho on the left side there. Silva trying to make a run, but it's cut out. Cut out by Struich. And City have now made it 4 goals. Fernandinho, excellent shot, very surprising. He must have been way out there. Wow. 4-0. 4-0 to Manchester City. Just right on the outside of the box. Ball fell out. Leeds tried to clear it, but the ball fell right to Fernandinho after some of Sterling's dribbling was snuffed out. And just, I think it took a slight deflection off of Meslier's glove as well. There's just not much that Leeds could do about that. It is Manchester City 4, Leeds United 0. Yeah, tough game for Leeds. And the title race marches on. Manchester City with a 1-point advantage over second place Liverpool. This is a tight title race. It could possibly go down to the very last day. We'll just have to wait and see what happens here. But we thank you for joining us here on Radio Tekkers. Thank you to Matt, who joined us halfway through. You can find him on Twitter at @TheMadAttackUK. You can find me on Twitter at TexasGentleman_. Or you could simply just follow the Radio Tekkers Twitter handle itself. which is, of course, at Radio Tekkers. That's RadioTekkers. Join us. Follow, like, share, subscribe. If you haven't subscribed already, like Matt noted earlier, please do so. We are just a handful of followers away, subscribers rather, away on YouTube from 100, which would be a major milestone for us. We certainly do appreciate all of y'all for taking part and for liking and loving all the content. Greatly appreciate all of you guys. And we'll be back again tomorrow for West Ham versus Arsenal. Real clash of styles here between two clubs really looking to cement places in Europe right now. So that should be very interesting. Yeah. But until then, y'all take care. Be safe out there. And we'll see y'all again tomorrow. You guys have yourselves a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.